What's up? Bruh. Brandon, I did not forget the Oreo Coke. The missus picked one up for me. I don't know how good it is, but we're going to try it on stream and see how it is. This sounds like one of those things that shouldn't exist. Alright, I think we're good to start. Yo! Welcome back! Seems like I've been in front of a camera all day today. Like, literally all day. Since 9 a.m. I think I've been in front of a camera for the best part of about, 10 hours today? It's been mentally exhausting. But how's it going, folks? How's it going? Let's see, let's put this over here. Now, what he wanted me to buy and try, which we're going to do later today, is this. It's a Coca-Cola infused with Oreo. Not my cat, but an actual Oreo biscuit. It's limited edition. Don't say that to the ponies, though, because they don't know what a limited edition actually is. They might start comparing it to regular Coke and saying it's overpriced. Because, you know, those brains don't work the way they're supposed to work. I suspect Hoglaw will chime in at some point. I suspect he will. I mean, at the end of the day, the PalWorld news is going around. That's pretty much the biggest thing at the moment. I think that's even overshadowed PlayStation's attempt to milk their community even more. They went out. Sony executives went out to the farm and said, "Can you give us any more tips on how to milk our customers?" And they said, "Look at those cows over there. Squeeze on those teats, and you'll figure out a way. I guarantee it." And as they started squeezing on those teats, they realized that the liquid that was coming out was kind of whitish grey, and then they said, "Aha! We'll paint the console grey and charge them double the price." And naturally, they're all going crazy over it. But you know what? At this point, now you can actually compare the special edition Series X to the limited edition PS5 Pro. What's going on in chat? But how's everyone been? Hopefully you haven't been stuck in meetings like I have for... Actually, I don't know anymore. It's been too long today. How much do you think the 30th anniversary console is going to be? Honestly, I guess we could really start with that, can't we? So I think that this console, which releases on my birthday, so if anyone wants to cough up the cash and buy it for me for my birthday, is probably going to cost somewhere between $1,000 and $1,200. That's my estimate. In the UK, it'll be somewhere between, give or take, 900, I'd say, to anywhere between 1,200. Now, definitely, this is the best design they've got yet. The standard one just doesn't look great. Yeah, I think 1,200, 12,000. Are you crazy, Steve? You think it's gonna cost 12,000? This ain't that whiskey you want to buy for 250 grand, dude. Hey, Byron. James, you think it's going to be $50 more than the basic edition? It's a limited edition, dude. It's going to be way more expensive. Hey, Rabbi, how's it going? I'm good, Rabbi, just mentally drained. How are you? Oh yeah, Phantasarcher, I think the design definitely looks better. Uh, I mean, the grey just suits PlayStation a lot better, right? The original color. But they are going to milk this like there's no tomorrow. And if I was Sony, I would pretend that they've all sold out, then create a bunch of fake accounts and put them on eBay to scalp them for like 2-3 grand each. I mean, why not, right? At this point, people are going to buy them because they're super limited. There's only 12,300 of them being made. Rabbit, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try to stream, but I can't guarantee because I'm working. This anniversary is an insult. I think they're just taking the PlayStation fans for a ride. This is taking the piss, right? Chille, you should buy it. It's only going to be £1,199 and 99 pence. It is cheaper than a fish and chips here in the UK. You should absolutely buy it. The game for the anniversary? here's your game for the anniversary. How's that? I mean, they thought really hard about what game that they should release for the anniversary. Here you go. Add an extra 50 can make a large chip to me. When Xbox comes anniversary, the special edition one is all you're gonna get. You know, Xbox isn't releasing anything else after that. The special edition is the pinnacle of what you're gonna get on Xbox. I see Chille tweeting. I'll say this, right? I'll say this. I did like this. I did appreciate this. If anyone was around during the PS1 days, this is the exact box art that, well, pretty much as close as you're going to get to the original PS1 box art. You had the PlayStation 1 here, well, the PSX, as it was called back then. You had the controller here with no analog sticks, and it said PlayStation across. So I mean, I appreciate the nostalgia that they put through there. I thought that was a nice touch from Sony. They really know how to hit them strings when it comes to it. But apparently, did you guys see the latest press conference coming out from Sony? They released a video. Yeah, this is the anniversary, Rabbi, for PlayStation. Did anyone see the anniversary video that they released? Let me play it for you guys. I think it's actually quite cool. It's a really nice press conference. You should absolutely check it out because this is good. Let me just put it on for you. Let me know how the audio is. It should be fine. But if it's overpowering me, let me know. But it shouldn't be at this point. Oh, goody. My tracker seems to be broken. My YouTube tracker. Well, let's turn that off real quick. Is it still broken? It is broken. Okay. Alright. What's your question? Microsoft isn't having an anniversary platform. But their 30-year anniversary would be 2031. Because they landed, if I remember correctly, in 2001, the original Xbox launched. If I'm not mistaken, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. So their 30th anniversary would be in 2031. Yeah, Astro would have made sense for this, and apparently Astro is being preloaded with it anyway, from what I've heard. But anyway, let's get on to the actual press conference that Sony released, because I think this is worth listening to. I thought it was really informative on the direction that they're going, and props to Sony for actually listening to their community. It's not every time that we kind of see this sort of stuff. So anyway, here it is, folks.
We here at Sony are always thinking about new and exciting ways to fuck over our fan base. We heard your cries for new games.
Where's Bloodborne 2?
And we decided to ignore them. Instead, what we decided to focus on was getting in our own way. We wish to design the world's first quadruple A gaming console. Why did we call it that? Because that's the sound you'll make when you see the price. Fuck all of you, you'll buy it anyway. This is the PS5 Pro, the future of mediocre gaming. The first thing you'll notice is the lack of features. For instance, you are all probably saying, holy fucking shit, where the fuck is the disk drive? We don't know. But you might also notice these lines right here. What are these? Well, these were meticulously designed to replicate the lines of coke that we were doing in the back when we designed this thing. I did several lines of a hooker's clunge that day. It was fucking awesome. But unfortunately, we didn't stop there. Look here. This is a 3D composite render of an NPC on the PS5 currently. And here is that same model on the PS5 Pro.
Amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Good god.
Yes, the only thing higher than our pixel count is Lizzo's cholesterol. But how do the games look in motion? Well, look here. Here is a game pushing our PS5 console to the limit. And now here it is on the PS5 Pro. Look at that. And also, here is some gameplay of PlayStation 4 games that are more than 3 years old at this point for our brand new system. No, we don't see the irony in this. The future of Sony is going places. Not far, but places. So please stay tuned as we continue to create things nobody asked for. The PS5 Pro, $2,000 from your local scalper. Now, is there any questions?
Hi, yes, I'm kind of confused. Who is this for? Like, anyone who's a fan of your games already owns a PS5, and if you cared that much about graphics, you could just buy a high-end PC for cheaper, and it will probably run better. I'm here for the games, so, where is Parappa the Rapper free?
Games? Oh, shit. Did somebody say The Last of Us 2? I said, did somebody say...
Nobody cares. Why would we pay $700 to play games that work perfectly fine already?
Hey, you don't understand. Our engineers worked really hard to ensure that every pore on Abby can be seen while she's getting raw-dogged.
Aren't these upgrades pointless if the games aren't even optimized for them? You do realize that your audience is in a cost of living crisis, and you're trying to sell them a $700 discless console that comes with nothing but a controller and a stand. What do you mean it doesn't come with a fucking stand? The original comes with a stand, a disk drive, and it's half the price. Your Pro version can't even stand up.
Fuck you! Our sweatshop workers produce top-quality plastic stands.
So, what you're selling to us is a console that your audience already owns a version of, that most developers will not optimize their games for, and whose biggest selling point is how it can make a 4-year-old game look a bit better.
Exactly. What part of this aren't you getting?
All of it?
Well, will you say that after you see our biggest announcement?
Oh god, there's more?
There is Forza Horizon 7.
That's Gran Turismo.
Looking like fucking dog shit on the PS5. And here it is on the PS5 Pro. Our plan is working perfectly, just as you predicted, CEO of Sony Interactive.
Yes, today we sell them a console with no stand. Tomorrow we sell them a console with no games.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was excellent. Here, I'll put the link in the chat so you guys can drop the guy a view and stuff, because that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, it's pretty much Corporate Commander from Angry Joe. I don't know. I thought that was hilariously funny. That was really, really well done. That was actually just so good. There is actually a true video from Sony that introduces the 30th anniversary PlayStation. But we'll get to that in. Should we get to that now? Do you want to actually see Sony's real response to it? But yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. That was truly amazing. I like that. But yeah, so it does look like we're getting a remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn. It's quite funny because my son wanted to play Horizon Zero Dawn and then Forbidden West on PC. He will not play it on PlayStation. I don't get it. The PlayStation's sitting there and he won't do it. I'm saying, like, it's right there. And he goes, nah, I'll wait till it comes out on PC. And I said, well, it's already on PC. And he goes, yeah, but I heard there's a remaster, so now I'm going to wait for that. I was about to buy it for him as well because it's like $10 on Steam. And he goes, nah, just wait for the remaster. No. That was just a parody video. I was just messing about, John. There is actually a Sony official presentation. We'll watch in a minute. I haven't yet, Byron. I'll check it out tomorrow. Sounds like it's a doozy. But I don't get what. See, the problem right now with the gaming industry is that everyone is scared to take a risk. Did you guys hear what? Is it Clafton? Crafton? The company that bought Tango came out and said. They said that they don't expect Hi-Fi Rush 2 to make any money. They don't expect it to make a profit. They just want another game to put on their portfolio and allow these developers the creative freedom. They're saying all the right things, but they're a business. If it doesn't make money, they're going to be gone. Play the original, a lot of happy memories. I mean, I think the original's fine. I don't think this game needed a remaster at all. Oh yeah, Invictus, more than likely. It was Kando, wasn't it? Gears, Doom, and those showcase trailers they put. I mean, it's weird, but now apparently there's a rumor. I mean, just look at this. We've got Steve's best buddy here, Cole Eastwood. Meanwhile, at PlayStation, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Horizon Remastered, Horizon Greatest Hits. Like, the more I think about the PS5 Pro, the less. And I'm hearing this now a lot now. The more people are hearing about it, the less they're interested. And I mean, now, apparently Grubb said that there's another less interesting game than Horizon coming along that's going to be remastered. Both of these are supposed to be present at the State of Play. And apparently Days Gone might be getting a remaster. A PS5 remaster. Do you think Days Gone needs a remaster? Steve, it was not positive at all, mate. I would scroll up just to click on it so you can see what he wrote, but I'm sorry, man. It was quite brutal. The state of play is maybe this month. Maybe this month, Brandon. They're still waiting. I don't see it being a free upgrade. I think they're going to make slight little tweaks here, tweaks there. They're going to change a few things. I think they're going to make you pay for it. God of War? I don't think God of War needs it. But yeah, you can see here as well. Rumors circulate that Days Gone is getting a PS5 remaster. It already runs at 60 FPS on PS5. What's the point? Well, you're going to get an extra 100 hertz in resolution. I don't know, man. I even heard rumors that Astrobot is going to get a remaster. I think that has to be jokes. There's no way I'm going to believe that. There's no way I'm going to believe that. Oh, look, even Bullets is saying it. That's got to be a joke. Yeah, that's definitely not it, because they said it's less interesting than Horizon Zero Dawn. But hey, I mean, it could be worse. It could be this guy, right? It could be this guy. This guy caps for Sony. Like, I can't believe how much he caps for Sony. It's ridiculous. My dude is a literal bootlicker. Like, Sony, stop with the remasters. Sony, please remaster these games. Like, how are you comparing the God of War saga from the PS3 days, Infamous, Killzone, Sly Cooper? How are you comparing those to this, which has been done and dusted how many times now? How many times have they released this game? And they're doing it again, and he's trying to say that this is just as bad. Because they're not going to remake new ones, Steve. If you remaster them and then see that there's interest in this day and age and it sells well, then they'll look to make a true sequel. God of War obviously already has a sequel. If you're talking about a remake, then they'll maybe look into it later. But at the moment, remasters are super cheap, right? Yes, less effort, Taz. Remember back in those days, a 3D compatible game? Holy crap. You think so, Grey Wolf? You think it's going to be God of War instead of, what is it? Days Gone? Who's messaging me? I like that text. Sony's releasing more hardware than games. Oh. It won't be Bloodborne remastered. That PC Bloodborne is getting close to coming out faster on PC mods than Sony wants to do. The problem is Sony's going to immediately try and block that. But they're going to think, once it's ready to launch, they are going to issue a cease and desist. At which point, the people that made it are just going to leak the files anyway to the internet somewhere, and let the internet do its thing. They did say they would have no games this year. Hey, Chris George. They said their games will be for 2025. They're all in incubation being built. But this is the official Sony video that they released today, about 5 hours ago, unveiling the PlayStation 30th Anniversary Collection. It's going to be weird without not having Jimmy here telling us everything, but let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Kristen Zatani with PlayStation Blog, and today all of us at Sony Interactive are so excited to debut the PlayStation 30th Anniversary Collection as part of PlayStation's 30th anniversary. To do that, I'm being joined by someone who can show us exactly how special this collection is. Hideaki Nishino, CEO of Sony Interactive Platform Business Group. Nishino-san, nice to see you.
Hi, Kristen. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, everyone.
This is the dude, by the way, that said that they don't have enough players on PlayStation consoles, that consoles will be their core, their core business platform. Exactly what Phil Spencer said. But they are going to look to expand to other places to bring in new players and make more money, which is exactly what Phil Spencer said shortly before going day and date. Keep that in mind. He's the guy that's making it happen.
Thank you for joining us today. As you know, the original PlayStation debuted in Japan on December 3rd, 1994.
Oh shit, I never thought about that, Steve. Imagine having a console remaster of a console that isn't even released yet. That's ridiculous.
We knew that in 2024, to celebrate this 30th anniversary milestone, we had to create something that honored the history and joy that PlayStation has brought us all since the 90s. And I do mean all of us, past and present employees, fans and players around the world, all of our amazing partners, and even colleagues and competitors.
So all they did was slap a bit of grey on the bodywork and said, yep, that's special enough for these guys. Get it out there, double the price.
We've all shared and challenged each other, experienced so many amazing games and moments together. I truly want to express my gratitude and appreciation to everyone who's let PlayStation into their lives.
Well, we are honored to be able to take this first look at the 30th Anniversary Collection. So let's take a look first at the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition 30th Anniversary Limited Edition Bundle. Now, this PS5 looks pretty familiar for me.
Yeah. So obviously, we bring the original gray color back to this PS5 Digital Edition. And then it's panel, but also the main body has a gray coloring as well.
Nice.
I told you, all they did was slap a bit of grey on it, pushed it out, and said charge double for it.
Can you tell me a little bit more about some of the things we're seeing?
Yeah. So on the front, when you look at this place, it has the PlayStation 30th anniversary printing. And then on top, there's a PlayStation logo in the original 4-color version as well.
Very cool. Well, my favorite thing that I've spotted already is I see something on the back here. The logo has been sort of updated.
Yeah. So this is uniquely designed for this anniversary. And then we are printing inside of the panel as well. So maybe you don't notice about it, but
right on the inside, that texture.
And then we also designed the
Okay, what is this B supposed to be? Is this taking the piss? Xbox Square. What's that 3 supposed to be? Oh, 30th. Never mind. I'm just a Rakinishu.
unique vertical stand for this design as well with the color match.
That's right, it's gray, the original gray. Very cool.
So whole package, you will enjoy the original flavor of the PlayStation. So let's talk about the DualSense.
Yeah.
In the center, there's the original color version of the PlayStation logo.
Looks fantastic.
And then you might be noticed about the button color.
The original colors.
Hey, look, I owned up to my own wrecking issue ways, okay? I didn't even give you guys a chance to call me it. I called it myself. So, you didn't even get the opportunity to do it. You failed. Take the L yourselves. I'll take the high ground.
Yeah, so this has been done by Tokyo Engineering. 4 layers of color printing on the Family Mark side, and then 3 layers of color printing on the bottom side.
I love seeing the original
Make
colors.
sure the original color is coming back. And then you might be noticed on the grip side as well.
It matches the inside of the console.
Yeah, so
See, at least I'm not the only one that thought it. Fantasarcher thought as well.
this is the
Now, I really do like the coloring of the controllers. The controllers look nice. I'll probably pick up the controller.
30 years anniversary version of the shapes as
But
well.
I
That
want
texture, I love it.
I tell you what I
And
really
then,
want.
is this the controller cable here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
want the
is.
controller
Look at
cable.
that. Looks kind of familiar too.
Yeah. So maybe
I don't know
you
why I
remember the
want it,
moment
but I
when you
really,
plug your
really
controller
want it.
into
I
the
want that
original
controller cable
PlayStation.
more than
yeah.
This
anything.
is the connector.
I love that.
So today we use USB-C for this charging cable, but we want to bring
We'll get
back
to it in
some
a second,
memory.
Rebby.
When you start playing it, that's what we wanted to do.
I love it. And it's also got the
That just looks sexy. I know it's just a USB-C cable, but it's so nostalgic to the old PS1 days. It looks cool. That looks cool. I don't care about the ribbon ties. I just think that USB-C thing's cool. The only problem with that USB thing, though, is that once you plug it in, you lose access to the USB port. That's a little disappointing.
these PlayStation-shaped cord ties. It's one of the few accessories that come with the bundle. Some stickers, we got a paper clip as well, but very cool to check out the bundle all together.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, well, now that we're done with the bundle, what is this over here?
So let's pick this up.
Yeah.
This is a limited edition 30th anniversary PlayStation Portal.
I love the PlayStation Portal. Seeing it in these original gray colors looks so cool. The buttons.
Yeah, and you can find the
So how many of you are going to buy the PlayStation Portal? Wait, what did I say? What did I say? Don't insult me by calling me King Trash. That's ridiculous.
PlayStation logo in original color as well. The same as the DualSense. We have this script has a printing of the 30 years anniversary version of the shapes.
And then what's this on the back?
Yeah, so there's a printing of the PlayStation 30th anniversary as well.
Very cool. I love that. Now, does the Portal come with the bundle?
No, Portal is sold separately, and the DualSense is available separately as well.
Very cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the PlayStation 5 Pro 30th.
So you actually get the PS5, the controller, and the anniversary USB cable with the stickers and stuff. That's not bad.
Anniversary limited edition bundle. This looks fantastic. It is so excited to see the Pro, those original colors. But what else is going on with the Pro that you can tell me about?
Yeah, so the difference from the original standard version is each individual unit has a unit number.
Nice.
Because we are going to sell 1 to 300 units globally only.
12,300 for the anniversary
Yeah,
for 12 days, December 3rd.
True. And then we also have
That's actually pretty...
12,300 for the anniversary for 12 days, December 3rd.
True.
That's
And then,
really
we
smart. The 12th of the 3rd. That's smart. I like the way they did that. That's actually quite smart.
Also have an embossed printing of the PlayStation 30th year anniversary
Let's
logo
pick that up
here.
and take a look at it. Very cool. So this is different from the
Drop
original
it.
PS5.
Drop it.
Love that.
Drop
Nice.
it.
Well, it's got the
Drop
gray
it.
vertical stand and some of the same accessories as the PS5 bundle. But this has all the features of the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah, so this is the PS5 Pro, so it comes with a 2TB SSD and a Wi-Fi 7 network capability as well.
Nice. Well, I know what also sets this bundle apart is we got the charging station and the DualSense Edge wireless.
So this DualSense is also special version as well. So the 30-year anniversary shapes printing on a touchpad.
Reflective.
And then look, this adaptive trigger.
Oh, the texture on it.
Yeah.
The symbols. Very cool.
So we knew 2 controllers coming to this bundle as well. So we painted the charging station with the original color as well. And look at this case for the DualSense Edge. It has the original color family mark in the front, and then on the back there's a 30
Got the
years
date
anniversary
anniversary.
symbols as well.
Now, the DualSense Edge is also available separately like the DualSense and PlayStation Portal, correct?
That is correct.
Very cool. Well, it has been so much fun checking out the full collection. Is there anything else that we want to share with folks?
Yeah, we designed the packaging for those products in a unique way as well, so I hope you will enjoy the out-of-the-box experience as well.
Very cool. Well, you can head to PlayStation Blog to read the full packaging details and all the accessories, and pre-orders begin September 26th.
Thank you for joining us today, and here's to 30 years of play. Let's celebrate together.
Well, we milk you for everything you've got. What do you think, folks? Look, it looked like Xbox, okay? Mate, those scalpers are going to get this. These are going to be on sale for $3-4 grand at the very least. Let's see. What is it that you want to know about Braid's Anniversary Edition game, Rabbi? It's clearly missed its anniversary date. I don't think there's been any more information. See, that's what I like to see, see? That's the type of slap in the face to Steve I like to see. Do you know what, Fantas? When I saw it, I thought they were going to be £5 each. But no price. No price. I think after the £700 price, they got scared to put any prices out. I mean, I don't think their official presentation was as good as their Skeletor presentation, but it'll do. It'll do. Yeah, Brandon, they have. The PS5 on eBay, the PS5 Pro on eBay is going for somewhere in the region of about £1,300 in the UK, in Great British pounds. 1,300, 1,400. Guaranteed day one, they're saying. Braid is a game. It's been kind of in the anniversary edition has been in somewhat of development trouble, I believe. There's another remaster. Yeah, we just covered that. A lot of people think it's going to be, what's its name? Days Gone. Do you know what? I think it might be time to try this Oreo Coke Zero. Let's do it, chat. We're going to do a live testing. I really don't know how good this is. I'm hoping it's good. If it's not, I know my kid likes it because he's already had one. All right. Bottoms up, folks. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, the aftertaste is worse. This does not work. No, this does not work. Let me try one more sip. Maybe it was just the top layer. Nope, the second sip was even worse. Yuxan? Yuxan? Oh, that is rank. That is rank. Honestly, it's worse. And the Oreos are nice, but no, I've still got the aftertaste. You know what? It's not as bad as Marmite. I have to say, Marmite still ranks worse than Oreo with Coke. That's rough. Wait. It is not National Talk Like a Pirate Day. I have great taste in canned pop drink. Yeah, Oreos with milk is amazing. Ed? Did you like this Oreo Coke thing? You didn't like it either? Where's Jigsaw? Oh, is he? And you want to put this in the fridge? And ask your mum if my... Huh? She's bed too? Well, where's my bottled drink? She said she was going to defrost it. She forgot it in the deep freeze. Oh, that was not good. I think Brandon's out here trying to get me killed. Milk is horrible? Nah, you be tripping now, Gray. Chocolate and milk goes well. Not sure how hot peppers and milk go well, though. I guess it takes the sting away. But then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the hot peppers. You know what, whole grain bread? That's because your dad is smart. But yeah, Sony be what is this? Well, they're boycotting. They're about to boycott. What is it? This was just sent to me. I'm not sure if they're in the actual chat, but apparently this is now getting boycotted. This is what do you call it? Dragon Age. This is next on the boycott list. Oh no, that was not good. Brandon, what did you do to me? And look, chocolate and strawberry milk is good too. Why? Let's play the clip and find out. I'm guessing because the NPCs look masculine.
But he, him, she, her, and they, them, and then your gender is man, woman, non-binary. Love that. Love the inclusivity. Top surgery scars are also included in this for all of our trans and non-binary rooks out there. I absolutely was blown away by this. It's beautiful to see the inclusion in the game and to see yourself represented. But he, him.
Well, it was nice knowing BioWare. I think we should take a minute's silence out for BioWare because they're about to become the next. They're about to find out the hard way that what Concord's around, Concord's around. Mark, I wouldn't bother with the 4090, honestly. If you're really interested in the 90 series, the 50 series isn't that far off. I would wait for that. I know support for the 50 series will be a bit iffy for the first few updates. But really, even the 80 series, like the 5080, will do you perfectly fine. I think internally benchmarks were reading that the 5080, I think Steve was telling me this. I think he also told me this, that the 5080 outperforms the 4090. So I would wait for the 50 series because in terms of frame generation and stuff like that, the new DLSS is going to come out as well that these gaming publishers are going to support. And those games, or the newer games, will be supporting frame generation from the 50 series onwards. So I would wait for that. That's what I'm personally doing anyway. I think they'll be very similar prices, Mark, yes. What, the 4090? No, they're not. The 4090, the 90 series are generally designed for heavy, editing, Blender and stuff like that. It's really designed for, high graphical user editing and animation stuff and whatnot. So, I mean, that's its true purpose. The gaming card is the 80 series. The 90 card is the industry kind of Titan series. I mean, they are basically the Titan cards, and they've just named them as 90. And they're designed for heavy, animation editing with Blender and whatnot. No C-section scars. What you want about Duck of Death? First quarter of next year, apparently. Yeah, you see. I think I summed it up pretty well, didn't I, Steve? They're pretty much designed for editing and stuff like that. Like, I'm probably gonna go with the 5080 series personally. I think they'll have more support out the gate for gaming as opposed to the 5090. But if you get the 5090, at that point you're sorted for a number of years. I mean, even the 4090, you're going to be sorted for a number of years. If you can find it for cheap, it might be worthwhile. But at this point, because it's so late in its generation, I think you're better off just waiting. You're done with modern gaming? Don't worry about it. I think I actually played a game the other day. Actually, yesterday. I played a game called Lollipop Chainsaw. And I am genuinely surprised that that game was allowed to release in this day and age. The language used in there is ridiculous. The R bomb is dropped everywhere. They talk about all sorts of stuff that you can't, that in today's day and age, you're like, how is this even allowed? Like, you think about how games were back in 2010 to how they've become in 2024, and you're just questioning yourself. That shit was funny when it was being said. Now you can't even imagine that sort of thing happening. I highly recommend you check out Lollipop Chainsaw. We haven't talked about that yet, Byron. We haven't got to that point. But yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw, really good game. Oh, mate, it was like today at work. They asked me for my pronouns, and I said I don't have any. And they said, why don't you have any? And I said, because I don't believe in pronouns. And they said, well, that's kind of offensive. And I said, to who? Me or you? I don't have a pronoun. You can have a pronoun, and I respect your pronoun. I'll even refer to you by your pronoun. I don't have one. I'm just a dude. And they got really offended by it. I don't even get why. For the 360. You're on the fourth boss? Yeah, I actually started it yesterday at, what was it? 7... I think it was 7:30 p.m. And ended up finishing the whole game. All upgrades unlocked. By 1:30 in the morning. It's a good run. It's a good marathon. I didn't get the perfect ending, mind you. To get the perfect ending, you have to save all the students. Hey, John. Hey, Steve. In the end, I asked them just to put my pronouns down as a lamppost. So now my pronouns at work are a lamppost. They still got their way. Oh, in the arcade. No, I get it, Duck of Death. I just don't believe in it. If I have to respect someone else's opinion, I expect them to respect mine. I think that's fair, right? Hey, what are you running? Man, I'm going to have to message my son to bring my drink. It's not defrosted. Yeah. But yeah, this is rough. This is rough. Where was the other thing? But yeah, you've all seen Lollipop Chainsaw, right? You've seen the trailers for it. You remember what it is. It was released on the 360. Now, there is a RePOP edition of the game. Well, it's more like a game mode. I would stay away from the RePOP game mode. The RePOP game mode is basically the same game. They don't really touch the dialogue as such, but they remove all the blood and gore from it. I think maybe the graphics get a little bit spruced up as well, but honestly, I really didn't see any difference while I was checking it out yesterday. Can you ask a serious question though? Why do people have such an issue with creating inclusivity in a way that... what do you mean by that, Lion? Shut up, Brandon. I mean, when the character turned around and when one of the civilians in the game turned around and goes, "Oh my god, I got saved by someone with great tits. Woohoo!" and then runs off. He's like, how can you would never hear that in today's day and age. You will not hear that in today's day and age of gaming. You just will not. You will not hear that in today's day and age. It like the whole game made me laugh more and more and more. So it's one I recommend. It's like £35. It was hilarious. It's great. The creator is releasing Shadow of the Damned remake to it. Oh, I'll have to check out that Shadows of the Damned. Actually, let's have a look at Shadows of the Damned now. Shadows of the Damned. That's a remastered version. Did I ever play this? This looks familiar. This looks really familiar. Let's have a quick look.
The bullet train is here, Hell Monkey.
By the way, Hotspur, how is your dear sweet Paul? Oh.
Man, this has some massive Secret World vibes. I like it, it's just someone screaming in the background and that's it. RIP to anyone suffering epilepsy. If you do, please don't look, because this could trigger you quite hard. This might be another day one for me. This just looks crazy. Let's go. Xbox is included. Releasing. 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 Releasing! Halloween 2024. Nice. Might be a game we can play. Pre-order now. Welcome to hell. This is some freaky intro, I'll tell you that. October 31st. Well, that was weird. But I like it. I like it a lot. Let me get back to what Lion was saying, because he's asked a question. People seem to go ape shit over the fact that people can make themselves in a game. They don't have to follow the same pattern. Are you saying why do people have a problem with it? It's because they've been force-fed it for so long, they've just had enough. To me, that's the most simple and basic of answers. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't use it. For me, it doesn't bother me at all. But we have seen time and time again in gaming that people just don't want it and people boycott it. So companies, and the problem is, all of these, people that are in support of it don't buy the game. So you've got the people that want the game who won't buy the game because they've had enough of it being shoved in their face. And then you've got the people who are absolutely for it who won't buy the game. And then the development studios, lay off staff or get shut down. And so in the end, it's things are going to change, or more and more studios and layoffs are going to happen. That's really all it is. Why does everyone need to be inclusive, though? They don't. At the end of the day, the moment you start being inclusive, you exclude. That was Lords of the Damned? Shadows of the Damned? I forgot the name already. I do, but not photosensitive. Yeah, I thought I'd quickly shout out a warning before it got bad. It's £20 too? That's even cheaper than Lollipop Chainsaw. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, that's BioWare's new Dragon Age game. That's Dragon Age. No way. Guys. Guys. No way. They've already put the skins on for the original, for the Slim. No, this is the original PS5. You can get the actual outside case. Only $40. Holy shit. They'll even toss the controller skin in there as well. Casing. Just for you. Gotta love scalpers and eBay, man. They're at it at all times. They never give up. Ah, the good old GeForce Now appreciation hour. Soon, my Padawan. Soon. That's the PS5 original. That's the one I've got. Hey, look. All I can say is Leaf Storm is a converted GeForce Now player. He is playing Final Fantasy 16 through GeForce Now, running crisp at 1080p. I think it's good that people have options. And you know, if he once he's finished playing with it on his TV, he'll just load it up on his Steam Deck when he's off the TV and continue using GeForce Now there. As long as you don't have pleb internet, it's a good deal. Shackley Mia, I'm only going to say this once and once only. Do not use the N-word in my stream. This is your one and only warning. I will literally permaban you. No questions asked. No hair off my lawn. So, I'll literally only say that once. Do not use the N-word in my stream. Options are great. That's why I play Xbox, and when I build a PC, I can play Visions of Mana on that. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. How's it running, anime? Hey, Zrogdal. Yeah, I heard the Nuvo was actually hurting that game quite a bit. If they didn't actually add the Nuvo into that game, you'd get like an extra 20 frames just off the bat. It's crazy. I think who was it? What's his name? Pirate Nation did a comparison. Mike Cross Steve. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I think 1440p is a really nice sweet spot anime. I think that's a nice sweet spot for gaming. I'd rather run native than upscaled if possible. And if the game runs at 60 FPS or 120 FPS at 1440p, I'll take that over upscaled 4K. But John, you're not getting 4K. So you're not getting 4K on Xbox or PlayStation 5, even the PlayStation 5 Pro. You're getting an upscaled version of 4K, which internally is probably running at 1080p. Or as the PS5 proved, at 840p. We're talking sub HD levels at this point. So nothing then. The problem with the Nuvo is that it constantly makes a check to the server while it's running. Even if it's offline, it will constantly ping to try and make that call. And that's what's actually killing off your processes. If it wasn't doing that, you'd be a lot better. But unfortunately, that is what it's actually doing. And it causes a lot of problems. How do you remove the Nuvo from a legit install without sailing to the high seas? That's the question, right? Get the Jack Sparrow version? No. Oh, this is interesting. The PlayStation 6 has 2 SoCs in development. A reputable leaker has claimed that PlayStation 6 currently has 2 system on chips in development. That's according to Kepler L2, who made the comment on the NeoGAF forums following discussions about PlayStation 6's price. Kepler, who has a fairly strong track record when it comes to reporting on hardware chips, says the PS6 currently has 2 system on a chip in development, but it's unclear what exactly this means for the console. Are they going to be running 2 SKUs, or are they going to be, Kepler said there's 2 SoCs in development for next gen. I don't know if it's a Series XS situation. Did that drink defrost? Or a home console and handheld, but probably one of them will be affordable at least. Rumors suggest that the next generation Xbox will have a main console and a handheld version, and I think Sony is going to follow suit with this as well. They're seeing what Xbox is doing, and naturally they're going to copy it. I mean, that's all Sony does anyway. They usually lag behind, but they do copy Microsoft pretty much on almost everything, verbatim. So it's possible that PlayStation is also considering a similar approach of its hardware. In the last couple of years, the handheld gaming market has seen a boom, which it has, with PlayStation themselves also happen with the PlayStation Portal sales, despite it being an accessory to the PlayStation 5. So it's entirely plausible that the console giant could be eyeing up a dedicated handheld. At the moment, Insider Gaming hasn't been able to verify the information to its reporting standards due to the nature of the hardware development and the verification needed between multiple sources. But Kepler is a reputable leaker, and his comments are worth noting. What do you think? Is Sony going the X and S route, or are they going the Microsoft handheld and console route? Yeah, I think they're going the handheld and console route as well. That would make a lot more sense to me. The handheld market is booming at the moment. But yeah, I'm in agreement. I kind of think it's going to be a thing. I think it's going to be one handheld and one thing. I don't know why they keep bringing up the PS Portal, considering that is just a remote play device and it doesn't do anything else. It's weird that they keep bringing that up as if it's like a gotcha thing to show that people want a £600 dedicated handheld console. That's weird. Oh no, Zrogdul. That's a little unfortunate, my dude. But yeah, this is actually quite interesting. But it does look like they're following suit from what Microsoft did with what Microsoft are doing. And yet, I am not surprised. Are you guys surprised? Because I'm not surprised. Yeah, let's cover that a little bit. Let's go over that because I think we're done laughing at Sony for a little while. The remaster station. I mean, the fact that they released a remastered version of the PS5 Pro before the Pro even comes out is hilarious. And seeing Horizon Zero Dawn and another remaster going to be announced. I mean, the bottom line is, I see PlayStation fans happy to get remastered versions of games that were released 6 months ago, and they're really happy to spend $70 again on a game that they bought 6 months ago because it's remastered with an extra 2 pixels. It blows my mind. But that leads me on to my question. How old do you think a game needs to be before it's acceptable for a game to be remade or remastered and kind of updated in a way to be modernized for today's gaming and re-released? $10? I kind of agree with that, Zrogdal. I think 10 years is fine, which is why I was happy when I saw Lollipop Chainsaw. That was 12 years. And I think that's acceptable. Some say 15, 20 years. But then I saw this on Kickstarter and I was like, I think people have lost their marbles. So, for anyone that remembers the old Commodore 64, you had the Last Ninja, Last Ninja 2, Last Ninja 3, Last Ninja Remix, right? Now, we're talking about games that are what? Maybe 100 KB at max? Probably not even that, right? And they're releasing these games on PS5, Xbox, PC, Switch, and the PS4. Which I thought was, kind of cool. They're bringing those proper retro classics in a box form, back to those that actually want to really enjoy it, right? Only the Switch and actually no, all of them are getting a physical. Even PC's getting a physical. Damn. I didn't expect PC. But you look at the stretch goals, right? You get a poster for 10 quid. I thought this shit would have been like £10, maybe £15. I was thinking of doing it because Last Ninja's been one of my favorite, was always my favorite game on the Commodore 64, right? But no, you can get a digital download for £25, or if you want the physical, £50, or you can go for the platinum, the platypus edition, right? We're talking about games that collectively won't make a megabyte, yeah? Right? We're talking about games that won't even make a megabyte. We're talking about this version here for £100. Or if you get the Super Ultra Edition version, this one, it's £150 for a Commodore 64 game. These were back in the 80s, man. Now, the only thing that I think is cool from this, right, is the fact that I was aware at the time that a Last Ninja 4 was in development. And there was 2 demos released, playable demos released of it. One in 2002 and one in 2018. If you get the £100 edition, you get a video of the demo being played by someone, right? But if you pay for the £150 edition, you actually get to try those 2 demos out. You're paying £150 for this. I think people have lost their mind. Hey, Duck, my local newsagent was selling the games on cassette for like £2.99. And then you got a system, you got one of those hi-fis that had 2 cassette decks, and your friend would come over with a blank cassette. You'd plug it in, hit record, and off you go. No worries, Line. But, I wouldn't take the whole inclusivity thing seriously, buddy. You take care. It's cool that you can play whichever version you want. Clearly, the Commodore 64 version was the better version to play from all of these. But the interesting one for this, in my opinion, is the fact that you do get to play Last Ninja 4, which never really materialized. Oh my god, no way! Did they just do that? That's the last level. That's the last level. That's the final boss in Last Ninja 3. No way! What are they doing? Oh, anime, it's coming to Xbox. Before you say it's not coming to Xbox, this is available on Xbox. But they're showing you that's the final boss in Last Ninja 3. This was Last Ninja 2 remixed. They changed a few things around, music, and the location of certain items. But you do actually get to see a little bit of Last Ninja 4 and what it looked like. No one cares about these, they're just filler. No one cares. Okay, so apparently you don't get to see it in this one. Maybe this one? This is the iconic music.
Designer and producer of the Last Ninja series and international karate games from the late 80s and 90s. We are thrilled to announce that due to you, the fans' overwhelming demand, the Last Ninja collection will now be available not only for PC and Nintendo Switch, but also for PS4, PS5, and Xbox. This means more players than ever before will be able to experience these iconic like Last Ninja 4 and
so this is Last Ninja
Karate Plus. These games mean the world to me.
This was Last Ninja 4.
System 3. We couldn't be more excited to finally bring them to you through this very limited
I can see why they cancelled
it.
it.
Please remember to back us now on PS4, PS5 and
at least you know that it existed at one time. At least you know it existed once upon a time. So who's interested in buying a Commodore 64 game for £150? Ah, the music was iconic, man. You can't beat the music.
Hi, this is Mark Cale from System 3 Software, designer and producer of the Last Ninja series.
The music is way too iconic. Either way, that was crazy. You started with a ZX Spectrum. Back compatible doesn't matter to everyone since only PS5 native games can take advantage of the... I know there's this massive drive right now for backwards compatibility. Honestly, that's only with us folk. If you ask like the younger generation, the Gen Z, they don't give two shits about backwards compatibility. Like, at all. Do you know what, Susano? Me and my brother went through one of those midlife crises where he wanted to go around and collect stuff again. About 5-6 years ago. He went and bought a Commodore 64, got the boxed editions of Last Ninja, paid more than they were actually worth. And he has them now in his cabinet and stuff. He's really happy. But we actually sat down and went through them again. And I tell you, those games are not forgiving. But they still hold, they still hold their worth. They are still very good games. Do you know what, Chille? It might very well do that. It might very well do that. It will give you that crisp 8K visuals. Do you remember Mark Cerny was saying up to 45% GPU gain in performance? Now you know where it was. These guys clearly went to them and showed them a Commodore 64 game working on the PS5 Pro. And then when they tested it against that, they got that 45% gain. That's where they got it from. Oh no, look, I'm a huge Last Ninja fan, right? I love Last Ninja. I'm not paying 150 quid for it. I'm not paying for it. But the big story for today, of course, is PalWorld. We'll get to Square Enix in just a bit because I do want to talk about that because that's actually a really big bombshell from Square Enix. And although the ponies are running around rampant about this, saying, oh, look how much Final Fantasy 16, we'll come back to that in just a sec. But this one is actually really weird because apparently, Nintendo has filed a lawsuit to, the PalWorld developers, and it's saying for a patent infringement. They haven't actually listed which patent it is, although after Steve was telling me to stop being a lazy bellend and go do some research, I did do some research. That was part of the reason why I was actually a little late today, because I wanted to figure out why. And I eventually found something that probably is what it is. Happy now, Steve? Anyway, these guys don't actually know what it is, but in all reality, it's more than likely Nintendo just bullying them. When the game first came out, Nintendo saw that this wasn't really a threat, so they didn't care. Yes, it had a massive boom at the beginning, but that was never going to last. Now, the idea was for Nintendo, I'm guessing, is that this game was going to lose all its player base and pretty much disappear, and everyone was happy. It was more of a fad than anything else. What they didn't count on is the fact that the game is still a worldwide global success, and it is still doing well, and still selling and making money, and pulling people away from the Pokemon games because they absolutely suck. So instead of actually creating a new Pokemon game that people will actually enjoy and like and want to go back to and, revisit the world of Pokemon all over again, no, they decided to go around another route. They're going to continue releasing piles of garbage for their fans while they try to shut down PalWorld. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I don't think they really think. Pocket Pair hasn't received anything in terms of notice on what the infringement is. However, we do have this from Stephen Tortillo, where it's the throwing mechanic of the ball. Essentially, that is possible as to what Nintendo is looking at. This is the only thing I could find. It's got nothing to, and I agree with this statement here, it's got nothing to do with Nintendo trying to protect the IP. They just want to kill their competition. They are clearly scared of Pocket World's success, and they are going to try and use anything to try and abuse their power and shut it down. Wait, Paul Harris, you know the dude that made the music for Last Ninja? Like, no bullshit? Hey, Diablo. But this is the only thing... Hey, Woodpit, this is the only thing I could find for this. Now, if you ask me, Nintendo is being absolutely pathetic. Right? They are being beyond pathetic. Now, if we look at another game, right, let me bring it up, because I think this one is really important. Because why are these guys not being targeted? Right? Why are these guys not being targeted? That's copyright material. Why is Temtem not being targeted? I can tell you why they're not being targeted. Because they're no threat to Nintendo. They are of zero threat because they just weren't a global success like the others, like PalWorld was. Brick, essentially, yes, they could sue Toff as well. Because they have that ball throwing mechanic. But you know what? Good luck with them trying to sue, Tencent. I'd love to see them trying to sue Tencent. Tencent would absolutely destroy them. Tencent would destroy Nintendo. So Nintendo won't go after Tencent. Paul Harris, you need to pass on a message from me to your buddy that, my growing up years was with the Commodore 64. That was my first ever computer, and Last Ninja was probably the game that I played the most. And to this day, it provides me with, the music alone provides me with some of the most fondest memories. So if you could send in my heartfelt gratitude, I'd appreciate that, dude. I'd even take an autograph off the guy if he has any Last Ninja memorabilia, like postcards or anything like that. But as you can see, ooh, iron, nice. We have a true. That's impressive, dude. I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know. But Square Enix can easily sue Nintendo, right? For the same thing. Like, where is it? Time to snitch. Let me see. Sorry, one second. But yeah, so Temtem is another game. Why aren't they going after Temtem? Right? And there's a few other games in that thing as well. Wait, are you Varth Data? Paul Harris? That picture you put in Discord? Yeah, Taz, don't worry about it, man. That dude, I'll DM you, dude. And yeah, I do have a Spotify. What picture did you put up this morning? Ghosty. Ghosty, what picture did you put up this morning? I mean, there's this game as well that's currently in development. Are they going to go after these guys as well? Right? Are they going to go after these as well? Ghost, are you sure you put anything up in Discord? Oh. I don't see it. Guess I'll have to look another time. Oh wait, this isn't actually showing anything. This is a really bad teaser trailer. What the hell is this for? Maybe if we actually had a proper trailer. I guess this is all we have for now. There was another trailer for this. But yeah, so are these guys going to be targeted as well now? Like, what Nintendo is doing here is absolutely stupid. And if it's just this that they're actually going with, this is beyond stupid. I see Gorsty. I don't see the picture he posted, though. Yeah, I don't see... Yeah. What did you post? Because I can't see it. It's not here. Are you sure you posted something? You guys are pulling my leg, right? Have you also seen PlayStation fans are now striking channels if they react to their content? Not all of them, but Broken something? I can't remember his name now. But he's been the first, and apparently others are now following suit to strike channels down. You can see it. Alright. Wait, I'm the one that posted that! I'm the one that posted that this morning. Wait, I posted that on Twitter actually this morning. You guys suck. So this is what you mean. So yeah, this has been something that I've been posting around today on X, because that's ridiculous, right? The uncanniness with that is astronomical. How can Nintendo come out and talk about all this patent BS infringement? I really want either Square Enix or, you know what, Pocket Pair should just turn around and say, Microsoft, buy us. Buy us right now, whatever partnership you want, and take on Nintendo. The problem is, knowing Microsoft, they'll buy PalWorld and then turn around to Nintendo and say, what would you like us to do, sire? And then bend the knee. So probably not the best idea. But they need backing because they are going to get bullied hard. No, Steve. I did not see this. But I did post this earlier on Twitter. You must have seen it. You must have seen it. I mean, Dragon Quest is a beloved franchise. I would say Dragon Quest is bigger than Final Fantasy. Right? But the fact that these guys haven't actually seen the actual infringement. How can they argue against a patent infringement if they don't even know what it's for, right? You see that, Steve? Diablo knows that I ain't a pony. He hasn't blocked me yet. At least I think he hasn't. Thinking is half the battle. I do like how Sony has refused to comment on any of this. Because, you know, they're in partnership with well, Sony is in partnership with Pocket Pair with that for the anime stuff. But what do you guys reckon? Do you think Nintendo is going to win this? I'm going to see if my drink is ready real quick. I'm going to be right back, chat. I'll leave you with that thought. Do you think Nintendo has any grounds for this? I swear that cat's gonna try and kill me one day. I haven't been gone that long. He's pre-ordering the remaster? 100%? What do you mean? The cat wouldn't leave me alone. Hey, Devastator, how's it going? See, I think Pocket Pair should go to Microsoft and ask for help. You know, turn around and say, you know what, we're not going to release this anywhere else. We'll leave it exclusive to Microsoft, and that's it. PC and thing. It's on Game Pass. We'll leave it there as Game Pass. We're happy with it on Game Pass. Go ham. Just help us. I think that's what they should offer Microsoft and see if they'll go for it. How was I gone that long? Wasn't even 2-3 minutes. That would actually be really interesting. Because I'm sure there's a lot of skeletons that Nintendo does not want to be exposed. I'm almost positive of that fact. But I think Nintendo are just, you know, honestly, they're just nasty, horrible pieces of work. And I really hope they get what's coming to them. Mikhail, you never know. The scalper price will be around there. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. Nah, my cat isn't a pony. He's a Garfield. He's a feed me all day cat. Now you're just being mean, Steve. What the? Yeah, I did, Devastator. That's not good. Because that's now hurt. He now has a strike. And that's going to affect his YouTube channel a lot. For 90 days, he's pretty much screwed. So now reacting to other people's content is kind of dangerous. He's a typical cat. Broken Gamer. He can't do anything. On what grounds is he going to take legal action for? He used content that he wasn't allowed to use. You know, we all kind of use clips, the Astro Gamer clips and all this and all that in our videos, but we're using it under the term of fair use and just mocking. It's all part of like having a bit of fun. But any one of them at any point can turn around and copy strike your channel because you're using that content without their permission. I remember when I used to cover Destiny years ago on my other channel, and I used like a 15-20 second clip from someone, And they emailed me and said, in the future, if you could at least email me to let me know that you're going to use the clip, I've got no problem with it. I just would rather you let me know that you're going to use it. I didn't say anything bad. I actually said some really positive. It was like a positive video, but they still had a problem with it. So we kind of use those clips just thinking, without any real secondary thought. But the people that actually made that content do own 100% of the rights to that content. And so there's nothing Frick can do about it. I mean, just because someone's talking to a lawyer doesn't mean that they are going to win. If I've made content, it is my content, Devastator. If you use that content and I'm not happy, and then I'm issuing you a strike because you used it without my permission, you're using my content without my permission. What possible legal ground could you have? Well, yeah, but there's no ground there. That's why if you do a GTA 5, if you do a GTA 6 trailer, get the GTA 6 trailer on your channel. It gets demonetized straight away. Rockstar allow you to use it, but they will not allow you to monetize it. They're not allowing you to use any of their content to monetize. Hey, Jago6. That's all within your partnership agreement, Devastator. That's all within your partnership agreement that you signed for at the very beginning when you become a partner. Which Frit is a partner. So, look, the bottom line is, Devastator, no one really thinks about it because no one generally complains. No one ever makes a big deal out of it. It's just everyone uses a clip here and a clip there and, they move on. I don't know what Frit said, but now a lot of them are jumping on the bandwagon that if anyone uses their clip without seeking their permission, they will issue a strike, and they are within their rights to do that. Ghosty, yes and no. Those guidelines are very murky. The content owners will always be given the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, Nintendo here is just being stupid, and I don't think Nintendo should be doing this. This is a bad look on Nintendo. The only reason I can see Nintendo doing this is because they're scared of PalWorld. That's it. They're scared of Pocket Bear. But I mean, it's if you're talking about what is happening to Frit, it's literally the same situation as this. Everyone uses the throwing mechanic in their game one way or another, or the way you acquire little pals or little buddies and whatnot. But those other games like Temtem are perfectly okay and they can do what they want. They are specifically targeting PalWorld. Just because others do it doesn't mean it's right. It's still wrong. It's just they don't care that the others are doing it. They care that Frit is doing it. Or just give you the Eternal channel membership? I think people are going to calm down for a little bit because from what I've seen, Frit was very upset about it because everyone kind of backed away and no one stood in his corner. Everyone kind of, put it this way, the people within his inner circle, based on the tweet that Frit posted, everyone backed away and left him on his own because no one wanted that shit on their channel happening to them. What, yesterday a lawsuit was filed against our company for patent infringement? Is that what you're referring to? Well, yeah, Jago. At that point, Bullets-Kill, because his name is Bullets-Kill, will have full right to all FPS games. He can do what he wants. So in theory, I think this is gonna flop. This claim that Nintendo is doing, I think Nintendo is doing this more to try and bully them into submission by saying, "Hey, look, we are a really big channel. We're a really big company. We can squash you. We want you to pay up and be a good boy and stay in your lane." I think PalWorld, if they have the might to fight Nintendo, I think they should go all the way, and I think they'll win. I can't see anything that Nintendo has over them. I knew Bullets-Kill would come out of the woodworks the moment he saw all that money coming in. They never had a case before Woodpit. Paul, was that GeForce Now or xCloud? These are the serious questions. Now, Nintendo, I don't think had any case against them. Nintendo kind of waited to see if the PalWorld would just disappear on its own, and it turned out it didn't. I saw some stuff today regarding it. I mean, Nick was posting it like mental. Although I am kind of eager to see how many times Jeff Keighley has posted about the PS5 Pro. Only 3 times. Really? That's interesting. I thought it'd be way more. Wasn't it Nick that posted a comparison shot I saw. I think this is the one. So that's the performance. That's the Pro. I mean, performance look nasty. Not much real difference in that one. Ah, these are fidelity mode, that's why. The lighting on this one is a little better. The darker shades are better on the fidelity mode. I don't think the Pro gives a better picture. I mean, you can even see over here, right? You've got a slightly brighter, and then it kind of takes a darker tone where it's more blended here because it's upscaling so much. You're also losing a little bit of that texture here compared to this one. It's very similar, but there is a difference. The graphical fidelity mode is a higher resolution. You can see like the shadow here is a little more defined as opposed to this one where it's trying to extrapolate and do the same. So I mean, that's nasty, right? Compared to this, that's nasty. And that is just a mess. So you're technically getting the full graphical fidelity mode at 60 FPS. So yes, you're still getting worse off than what it would be, but it is looking much nicer and running at 60 FPS. Is that 700 quid worth? No, but value is derived differently to each person, right? And I was playing performance mode because I know it looked bad, but 60 FPS all the way, man. You gotta be 60 FPS. I mean, we don't know what the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is doing, but the PS4 game was targeting 60 FPS. How does a PS4 game target 60 FPS? I just stopped playing it. I was waiting. I bought it for 40 quid on launch. I played it for a bit and then I said, it's a little too rough. And I decided to wait until it came to PC. But hey, now I have options. I could wait for it to come on PC, or I could wait for it to come on PC. I finished a number of games this year. All right, let's see what games I finished this year. I finished Hellblade 2, Destiny 2's expansion, Still wasted deep. I'm up to date on 14's expansion now. That was long. That was like 40 hours long. I did that in 3 days with a friend of mine. I'm up to date on 12. I beat Astrobot and I've beaten Lollipop Chainsaw. We did that last night, Devastator. Completed it from start to finish. Lollipop Chainsaw. NA15 plus Final Fantasy 14 was 40 hours long. I've gone 20 plus hours on Astrobot. There's no hostility from Bag. But I do prefer shorter games. I don't have a lot of time. So shorter games are much better for me. Pretty sure I finished Final Fantasy 16 now. I'm on the DLC, so that counts. So full trilogy as one release on Xbox next year, 2026. Potentially, yeah. Not next year, but 2026 more likely. It really depends when it comes out on the PS5. I thought it was going to be a PS6 game, but with the PlayStation 6 now being pushed to 2028 at the earliest, maybe even 2030, it's going to land on the PS5. Have a good one, Paul, and good luck, buddy. Have a good night. We haven't finished Redfall yet, but it is on my list to complete. I think a lot of games today that are like 50 hours long, 60 hours long, most of them had content. I just think certain games are just better being shorter. Oh, is that all Space Marines is? That's actually made me even more interested to play it. Check my Discord. Wait, what's going on here? Oh God, he took that picture. No, oh no. Why would you do that, Brandon? You know what? That's gonna probably become a meme now. You want a 40-hour campaign in Gears Bikini Edition? I mean, okay, if that's what you really want. My playtime in Final Fantasy XI is 1 year and a few months, I think. The game just gave up giving me hours and times, and it just says 1 year. Oh, he must be over the moon with that one. What do you mean MMOs don't count? Do you know how many years of my life I put into that game? Wolf Among Us 2? I don't know. Final Fantasy X, Rogdal. There you go. Final Fantasy X. I saw this clip, right? And this is the type of thing I'd love, you know, for Phil Spencer to come out and say. But just listen to what Reggie says here after Sony revealed the PS3 price point, right? Just listen to the confidence of what Reggie says. I don't think we'll ever get another Reggie. Wait. What did Brick say? What did Brick say? I think he must have said something totally good. Oh, yeah. You know what? If they do that, I'll come back to Nikkei. At the moment, I've taken a little break. I collected my Red Hood stuff. But if they do that, I will come back to Nikkei. You know what? Actually, we need that to happen in Nikkei. Can you imagine Marcus Phoenix being the only Nikkei male dude crouching down? Yeah, that'll be one that Steve will love for days. I think I might grab that on PC Until Dawn. I never played the original. I still have it on PS3, I think. But God knows where my PS3 is right now. So I think I might grab the PC version. That way my son can play upstairs as well. If that happened, it's okay. We'd figure out a way to play it offline. Where there's a will, there's a way. But just listen to what Reggie has to say here, right? This is the type of, confidence I wish we could see from Xbox.
Were you worried what Sony was going to show up with? They might steal the show? Candidly, no. Right. Yeah.
Is that loud enough for you guys? Is that loud enough for you? Maybe I need to put the volume up a little bit more.
Were you worried what Sony was going to show?
Alright, that's the loudest I can get it.
Were you worried what Sony was going to show up with? They might steal the show? Candidly, no. Right. We were confident in what we had. I think, frankly, our friends over at Sony did us some favors with their pricing announcement, right, which is just an obscene amount of money to be charging for a gaming console. Right. Even though they're trying to do a lot more with it, they've opened the door for us. Right. And I plan on driving a truck through that door. Were you worried what Sony was going to...
I mean, that's it, right? That is it. My dude has said, with them putting an obscene price like that, he's ready to take it on and destroy them. This is back when they knew what they wanted. Yeah, that was the highest I could actually get the volume. I don't think I could get it any higher than that. Let me have a quick look here.
going to show up with, they might steal the show? Candidly.
Let's see. This is literally the maximum. I could increase the volume by a couple more notches.
Were you worried what Sony was going to show up with? They might steal the show? Candidly, no. Right. You know, we were confident in what we had. I think, frankly, our friends over at Sony did us some favors with their pricing announcement, which is just an obscene amount of money to be charging for a gaming console. Even though they're trying to do a lot more with it, you know, they've opened the door for us. And I plan on driving a truck through that door. Were you worried what...
I mean, even back then, he was still shilling for Sony. Still shilling for Sony. Wait, what calls is he making? I think it was the GameCube. Now, most other clips are fine, Drogdall. This one was just recorded really quiet. This one was super quiet. But yeah, so hopefully Nintendo won't win this. I don't really see them having any ground to win it, but it still sucks. It really sucks. But it looks like the review bombing for Ragnarok has started. The PSN requirement is the reason why everyone is downvoting it. They're not going to remove it. I think this is quite sad, though. That's more than likely. I think I heard the same thing. Grey Wolf. But I think it should... Oh, no, it's not Linux users. They're blocking Proton. If you use Proton, then you can basically get banned for it. The Metacritic? Oh no, this is Steam, right? Let's have a look. God of War Ragnarok has got a mixed review. So Proton is basically a tool that emulates Windows and allows you to install games.
2000 for Super Chat, $1.47. If Sony is good at anything, it's killing their gam.
Hey there, sir. Thank you for that super chat. And yeah, I think you're missing an E there, though. But Sony wants the MAU numbers, right? Because clearly there's not enough people buying PlayStation consoles. They might sell, sorry, not consoles, but new players jumping in. Did anyone see my video regarding that Wall Street? And it kind of shows you the graph of how many players are playing games between Xbox and Sony. It's been at 170, between 170 and 174 million for like 30 years. Well, 20 years now. It's crazy. It hasn't moved in 20 years, 3 generations, and there's been no budge in the number of players. And at the moment, we're looking at 80 million. 90, I think we're at 90 million. And they need to make another 80 million this generation, bring in 80 million more players before they can actually even break even with all the previous generations. I think this generation might be the first generation where the next generation consoles don't even break even from get anywhere near the 170 million. People need their money to buy Football Club 25. Let me see if I can find it. So that's the picture. So this is roughly about 174 million. This is 172, 174. And then down here, we're at 90 million. Right? That's from 2001 to 2020. It never changed. Right now, this generation needs to sell another 70 million units in order to break even with the previous, three generations. I don't see that happening. And that's why they need the PC audience to increase these numbers. Because at least back in these days, 155 million units sold meant like maybe, that was 155 million people playing. Now it's not so much. It's not actually wrong. I think it's a little outdated. But the PS5 numbers are wrong anyway, so that should be roughly about 56 million. The 61.7 million is shipped. not sold. 56, 56.5 was where it was actually sold. So it's off by like 5 million. Have a good one, Steve. Ragnarok was definitely inferior to 2018. I love 2018, but Ragnarok I couldn't finish. I think I got to Valhalla, and then I just got so bored I haven't gone back to it. But I will go back to it. I still need to finish God of War. I still need to finish Ragnarok. I still need to finish Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade actually pissed me off, honestly. That's why I stopped playing it. It really, really pissed me off. Like, you cannot understand how pissed off I was with that game. When I found out what I found out after it was too late for me to do anything to fix the problem. And I think Ratchet and Clank is the other one that I didn't actually finish. I don't know why I didn't finish that, because I was actually enjoying it. Returnal was just an arsehole, so, you know. I go back to Returnal every so often, but it's still an arsehole. But yeah, Stellar Arse Cheeks, that one annoyed me to no end. Elaborate on the Stellar Blade issue. So there's 3 endings to Stellar Blade, right? You've got the normal ending, you've got the bad ending, and then you've got the perfect ending. So on your first playthrough, you can kind of cheese it, so you can get 2 of the endings, and then the third ending you'll have to play through again on New Game Plus. The problem is, on my account, I've done everything. So the first ending you play through, you just go through and you choose option A at the end. The second ending, you choose option B. But if you haven't done everything in the game in terms of side quests and everything, well, you'll get version A of that second ending. And if you've done everything, you'll get version 2 of the ending. Now, like most games, you get to a point and it says, hey, you've kind of come to this point now. If you really want to continue, there's no going back. If you've left anything unfinished, you should probably finish it before you go along. There's no alternate saves. You've only got one save, so you can't even... The game doesn't even give you an option to create a backup save. So if you do screw up by going ahead, you can go back, and you can't. So when I get to that point in the game, when I have to make that choice, just before I go there, I'll do a save, I'll upload it to the cloud, and then I'll choose option A, and then I'll load my save from the cloud. I'll complete it while I'm offline. I'll choose option A to get the first point of the ending. But here's the thing. I've already done everything. But I didn't collect all the cans, right? Because I do want to collect all the cans and collect all the costumes in the game. So now, if I actually want that alternate ending, I have to play the game again, because the game couldn't be bothered to give me a goddamn second save spot, not collect everything, not do everything, because the cans are hidden behind the side quests. So I'm basically going to have to play through the game again just to get that ending, and then I'm going to have to go and do everything of bloody again, 100%ing it again, just so I can collect the cans for the third time. That's too much work for me. And it kind of pissed me off, so I just put it down. All of this could have been resolved if they had an alternate save file. You know, how do games in this day and age have only one save file? Like, that's just so stupid. Ghost of Tsushima has multiple save slots. You don't need a type of character to finish it. The game, I mean, your collection stuff. It's just more of the case of the endings are split into three things. Choose option A. Don't do everything in the game, and when you speak to the NPC, choose option B, and you get the second ending. And then, ideally, what you're supposed to do then is go back in your game plus, redo the whole thing by collecting everything, and when you choose option B, you get the final ending. But because of the way I've played it, I have to complete the game 4 times before I can actually get all the endings. And I'm not prepared to do that. And it just pissed me off. They fixed that to a certain degree. Diablo. So, you know, if you look online, people say that you can cheese the first 2 endings. What you do is you kind of, where you get to your save point, if you've got PS Plus, you upload your save to the cloud, and then you disconnect off the internet, so it doesn't re-upload. Then you go and select option A, you see the ending, you get whatever trophy it's going to give you, and then you come back, you reload the save from the cloud, and you choose option B. And then you get 2 of the endings in one playthrough. And then you kind of redo it again and collect everything the 3rd time. Because I've done everything already except collect the cans, I can't even go back to an earlier save and say, you know what, I'll erase like 4 hours of gameplay and get to that point and just go and collect everything. I can't even do that. So it's annoying. It's really annoying. Well, for Ghost of Tsushima 2, next year, man. That's going to be next year. I don't see any of that stuff happening this year. But man, what do you think of what D-Batch is saying here? PS5 Pro exclusive by default. Damn. Yeah. Xbox keep giving your exclusives as they take away more games for your Xbox players. Man, that English is bad. Silent Hill 2 will be exclusively available on PC and PlayStation 5 until August the 10th, 2025. So Xbox will probably see it around Christmas 2025. Take it easy, Ghosty. Lives at Frank's. Yeah, Woodpit, I agree. I've got so many autosaves, it's ridiculous. After every PlayStation, I go and delete all of them until I get to... I just delete all of them. I've got my save file and that's enough. But are they paying though? they don't really buy a lot of their games, because if we look at Square Enix's issues over here, right? If we look at Square Enix's Final Fantasy 16 stuff, where is it? It still weirds me out when I see this IGN talking bad about PlayStation. With Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth missing profit expectations, Square Enix has cancelled a number of games and is working on a new multi-platform plan for PC and potentially Xbox and the next Nintendo console. So, Square Enix has learned the hard way that if you release your games day and date everywhere, the chances of you making more money is extravagantly greater. So, it'll be interesting to see what Final Fantasy 17 does if that releases globally on all platforms, because that's the real test, right? If they manage to sell 5 million, 6 million copies in the first week between the three platforms, that's still great. Diablo, I don't think Microsoft is that smart. So, the fact that Square Enix is actually disappointed, a lot of people are trying to kind of like shrug this off and say, they sold 3 million in the first 2 days and all this, and they're still not happy. But they haven't sold any more. After that 3 million sold, there was no more sales. It dried up like a dry well. No one else bought it. No one else bought the games. Because if they did, they would have another placard out or another poster out or another tweet out saying, we've hit 4 million or 5 million. A new milestone. They would obviously be doing that, and they're not. So they've, sales on the PS5, at least for this game, dried up after the first 2 days because, the actual purchasing of the game dropped by 90 odd percent. I think it was 98% it dropped of purchases after the first day or two. And 15 was a good game. Yeah, but I think Final Fantasy is a big enough name to sell more than 3 million copies to an audience of 60 million. Maybe I'm thinking. I see Final Fantasy as a bigger name that's not just a niche product. And I know people compare it to the likes of Street Fighter 6 and whatnot, having sold 4-5 million and they're over the moon and it's on every platform. I don't see Street Fighter in the same category as Final Fantasy, at least not me anyway. I see Final Fantasy as a brand way, way bigger, way more lucrative. And fighting games, as we all know, whether we like to admit it or not, are super niche now. Ram, what's going on? Okay, keep my door closed. You can fight off the dragonfly yourself. I mean, Final Fantasy 13 on the if you've got the 360 version, if you actually put it into your console, it upscales it to like 4K and it looks so much better. But also the cutscenes have all been it downloads new cutscenes for you. It replaces the 360 ones with the PC ones, all with double the resolution. But yeah, like, this is not good. Right? What do you think of those bad boys for recommendations? For the ideal spec for this game, Microsoft Flight Simulator, you need a graphics card with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Thankfully, I've got the 3090 Ti, so that's got 24 gigs. So that's fine with me. I've got an i9-12900K, so I should be good for the CPU. It needs 64 gigs of RAM. And an internet connection of 100 megabits. I can't even play it. That's for the ideal specs, by the way, but I can't play it because I'm on pleb internet of 50 meg. So I'll have to play the recommended specs, which requires a lot less performance. But it still requires 32 gigabytes of RAM. What? Lower specs than you thought? What did you think it would need? The 4090? I mean, sure, the minimum spec, it will run on this 970, but it's probably going to run like at 5 frames per second. Hey, Devin. So apparently a game called Dross, it lands on Xbox today. There's another one that didn't skip Xbox. I didn't really know much about this game at all. I saw it landed, so I thought I'd make a thing about it. Here's the gameplay trailer. For those that might be interested in these sorts of games, I know anime would be into these sorts of games, so here is one for you, buddy. FIFA 15 was good. This is the release trailer. I mean, it looks interesting. But that is Dross. And how much is it? It is $24.99. Cheap as chips. Right, last but not least, it looks like the Xbox Ambassadors program is coming to an end on October the 15th. Can't even count anymore. But apparently, Celebrating a legacy and evolution of ambassadors, over the last 13 years, Xbox ambassadors have played a key role in fostering connections and positivity among Xbox players, whether hosting a game session for players to connect or providing feedback to our games and hardware. Xbox has evolved over the last decade, and with that, the needs of our global community. The players are finding more value in engaging with us in other ways that allow them to live our community values of making Xbox a place where everyone can have fun, including programs like FanFest, Xbox Insider Program, and Rewards with Xbox. Thanks to the work of this group, the chance for players to experience the joy, blah blah blah. What does this mean for you? Today we are phasing out the seasonal ambassador quests as we expand rewards within Xbox and Xbox Research, the research team within Xbox, with updates to be announced soon. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I know I was an ambassador personally, but I never really did much. They never sent me anything to do. So I'm kind of not surprised it's going away, but still kind of surprised it's going away. But that's an L, however you look at it. I didn't expect them to kind of disappear that quickly. But it is what it is. And finally, we come to this one over here. A comment supposedly posted by Space Marines 2 studio boss Matthew Karch has condemned games that impose morals. He said, I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion. And he also referred to glory killing being a great thing in video games, and it's fun to be able to just, kill creatures and stuff without having to bring any form of politics into it. And essentially he's saying that politics should now just be removed from gaming entirely because it just makes the game a whole lot better. And I agree. All politics from video games should piss off. Unless we're talking about games like, The Division, Tom Clancy's, where they talk about, everyday political stuff. That kind of makes sense, right? But in games like this, it doesn't make sense. No, the ambassador program was a bit different. You were able to provide support to Xbox users. There's a special portal that you can log in, and people who post on forums, you act as like a moderator, and you get access to certain channels to the actual staff, where if you're not sure of an answer, you can go and speak to them, and they provide you with guidance on what you need to do, or outright tell you the resolution response. So they were okay, but nothing great. Bags, I agree. I mean, if they want to add politics into their game, that's okay, right? No one's telling them that they can't. But when you have the reaction that Dustborn got when no one bought it, and now they don't even know how they're going to pay their staff, you shouldn't complain. You shouldn't come out and tell the player base that they suck or this and that because they didn't buy your game. You purposefully built something that you know the community will not buy for a community that has no interest in buying. So there's really two ways of looking at it. I've actually heard that the US didn't fund that game at all. It was just Norway. I mean, struggle, that's what they want to do. Well, they suffer for it, right? That is literally how it works. It's not trash talking devs, Susano. You got to know your audience, right? If your market audience is in a car buying range that where they can only afford cars between 10 and say 15, 20,000 pound, you're not going to go and build a Lamborghini for 150,000 pound and then expect that community that your target audience is at 10 to 20,000 pound to buy it. You kind of have to know your market, and they don't care about their market. It is just what it is. But that's really it. Well, chat, I think that's pretty much everything. So I think we're in a good place to call it. Unless there's anything else that anyone wants to talk about. I am getting tired myself. Romancing Saga demo is now available for those that haven't seen it. I think it might be Steam only, but worth checking out on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox nonetheless, depending on which platform you've got. If you want to give it a try, it is an RPG. But that's really it. That's everything. Devin, no worries, man. I was exactly the same. I was stuck in a workshop meeting from pretty much 10:30 a.m. this morning until 5 p.m. We only had like a half an hour lunch break and we had to continue. That's why I'm feeling a little tired. But yeah, that's it for me, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. We managed to get through another stream, which is cool. I was worried we wasn't going to have much to talk about. But hey, at least Sony has found a new way to milk their community, because why the hell not, right? Why the hell not? That's pretty much all they've been doing. Although I do appreciate the design. Slapping a bit of... I'm really eager to see what the actual price point of this is going to be. I think it's going to be over £1,000. But that's just me. Time will tell. With that said, thanks so much, folks, for hanging out tonight. And I'll see you in the next one. I might be around tomorrow night for Twitch. If anyone's interested, maybe I'll play some of the games I bought on Xbox, like the Parasol Stars and stuff. We'll see. But otherwise, I'll see you all on Tuesday. Have a good one, folks. And remain legend.